Today is a beautiful day in this neighborhood. It's a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Welcome everyone, I'm Hugo. This is Signs of the Pastime. But today I will not be talking about the pastime or baseball cards. I'll be talking about someone different, someone else that had an effect, an impact on my life. And that is Fred Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Dressed like the man himself here in Winter Park, Florida, where Mr. Rogers lived for a while as he went to school. And now also as a snowbird, he would escape those harsh winters from Pittsburgh and come down and enjoy the winters here in Winter Park. So today I'll be talking about Mr. Rogers, the man himself, who lived right in this neighborhood. And the cool thing is, I lived in this neighborhood for a while too. So Mr. Rogers and I, we were neighbors at one point. And for those of you that are familiar with my channel, know that I start every video with, today is a beautiful day. And if you've been wondering where I got that intro from, that I say over and over again, it was from an inspiration of Mr. Rogers. Watching him growing up and just seeing what a great guy he was, I just thought, what a wonderful way to start the day, to tell people that it's a beautiful day. And I've always said from the beginning, my very first video, that if you sing a song in a video, it's a great video. Well, Mr. Rogers sung in every single one of his videos, and he reminded us all that it's a beautiful day. So let's go explore Winter Park, Florida a little bit. I'm going to show you where Mr. Rogers lived, his home. I'll show you my home that I lived in, and we're going to start right there. That is Rollins College, where Mr. Rogers hung out. He got his bachelor's in music there back in 1951. And I believe this is the place that inspired him for what he went on to do in his career. So come along, let's have some fun talking about the great Mr. Rogers. And I'm glad I brought a card with me. This is his 1992 Pro Set Celebrity Captain. And on the back, it tells you that being he's from Pittsburgh, he's a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. So, just like Mr. Rogers liked to change into more comfortable shoes, I think I should change into a more comfortable outfit. So let's do that, shall we? All right, that's more like it. Got my Pittsburgh Penguins shirt on to represent Mr. Rogers' hometown of Pittsburgh. So I'll be sporting that to honor the hometown of the great Mr. Rogers. All right, I'm here at Rollins College campus, right across the street. Here is where the self-guided Mr. Rogers Neighborhood walking tour begins. There are a few stops, so this is where we're gonna begin today. This is a map for the self-guided walking tour here at Rollins College. There are 5 stops, and we're headed over to the first one, Rollins Library. Let's go.
And you'll find that the people who love you best are the ones you learn the most from. And the more they teach you and the more you learn, the better feeling you have about yourself and the world we live in.
There's the trolley to the neighborhood make-believe opposite plans. Man, what an awesome display. You know what's missing? A nice card right here like this. That would just be perfect. It would match all these. There's more right here. And a nice quote from Fred Rogers. Everything I ever learned at Rollins has helped me in my work. Letter in by Mr. Rogers. Very cool. Some swag, stickers, sweater, and knitted. Here's his shoes. These sneakers helped to make many Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood television visits. So cool. Could these be the ones They're on the card there. It sure looks like it. Mr. Rogers was a frugal guy, so he wasn't out buying sneakers all the time. So a good chance that these are exactly these. So cool. Here they are. Awesome.
Here in the library, yeah, this is the one that's part of the tour, and then this one there is one that we carry. There's one at multiple spots. With the back.
Yeah, from 1968. Awesome. One of his many puppets. Here he is, here at Rollins College in 1991, talking to his favorite audience, young children. Here at this beautiful library. There were a lot of signs of our good friend and neighbor, Mr. Rogers, all over this library. So I walked around exploring, seeing what I could find, and I heard a lot of this stuff used to be down in the archives room, so I was headed there right now. Right now I'm downstairs in the library. Look at this cool system. I haven't seen one of these where the shelves move. Man, I need to get out more. I haven't seen this system before. We're here at the archives. I believe there'll be something of Mr. Rogers in here. Oh, there it is. Nice poster, a classic poster. And there he is with another one of his puppets. Really cool. Look, that's him down there. I'll zoom in. There's Mr. Rogers. And this is his wife, Joanne Bird Rogers, class of 1950. And Fred was class of 51. Joanne's from Jacksonville. She attended here. And she was a great piano player. So that's probably how they met, in music class. One on another legend from the area, Bob Ross. And I got a happy little video planned for him. So let's continue looking for more Mr. Rogers stuff. Could be, oh, what's this? What is this? What? The signs of the pastime. Wow. Look at that. Signs of the pastime are really all around us. Right now, head to number 2 on the list. The Life is for Service plaque. I believe it's going to be down here.
It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside, and when you wake up ready to say, I think I'll make a snappy new day.
And here it is, the Life is for Service plaque. Mr. Rogers had a photo of this exact spot in his wallet for many years. These 4 words became a personal mission statement for him. It wasn't just a nice idea. It was a daily reminder that every moment, every conversation, every act of kindness was a chance to serve others. That quiet, steady commitment is part of why he touched so many hearts and why his legacy still inspires us today.
It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling. The feeling you know that I'll be back when the week is new. And I'll have more ideas for you. And you'll have things you'll want to talk about. I will too.
The Rollins Tars. Gotta find out what Tars are. Stop number 3 is the Walk of Fame. There's a lot going on at the campus today, and here is where the Walk of Fame begins. Now, the way this would go down is Hamilton Hope, who was the 8th president of Rollins College, would go around the world and he would bring back stones and he would tie them to someone famous that was from that area. Then he would bring it back here, and he started this Walk of Fame. Check this out. We're gonna start with Victor Hugo from Paris, France. All right, let's go look for Fred Rogers. All right, found Mr. Roger Stone from his hometown of Latrobe, Pennsylvania. And this is stop number 3 of the walking tour. And this spot is really special because Fred Rogers himself stood in this exact spot in 1991 during the alumni reunion weekend. And it's right in front of Lyman Hall, which is where he stayed when he was a student here. So this is a great spot on stop number 3. Alright, this next stop is not on the walking tour, but I figured out stopping here. This is the Knowles Memorial Chapel, and I figured Mr. Rogers must have spent a lot of time in here because he became an ordained minister in 1963 while filming the show. And he was ordained by the Presbytery of Pittsburgh with a special charge to serve children and families through television.
Jesus said to the people around him, "Please let the little children come up here. I want to learn from them." He might not have said those words, but I think that's what he meant. I want to be involved with these innocent people who make up the kingdom of heaven.
All right, we're headed to the Tiki Concert Hall where stop number 4 is at. That's in that building there. Inside the hallway here, looking for Mr. Rogers. Oh, there's a nice painting of him in here somewhere. We're gonna find it. I believe it's through these doors. Yeah, here it is. Tiki Concert Hall. There's Mr. Tiki. There it is. Painting of Mr. Rogers. The iconic pose, putting on his shoes. Here's a card with his shoes already on. Very cool. All right, this is one of the stops. The Fred Rogers Plaza and Lobby. Let's continue. And stop number 5, A Beautiful Day for a Neighbor bronze sculpture. Right there next to the chapel. Let's go there.
The toughest thing is to love somebody who has done something mean to you, especially when that somebody has been yourself. Have you ever done anything mean to yourself? Well, it's very important to look inside yourself and find that loving part of you. That's the part that you must take good care of and never be mean to, because that's the part of you that allows you to love your neighbor. And your neighbor is anyone you happen to be with at any time of your life. Respecting and loving your neighbor can give everybody a good feeling.
Now, here in the sculpture on the bottom of all these shoes, you see the number 143 on all of them. Now, 143, for those of you old enough to remember when we used to page people using beepers, 143 stood for I love you. So that's what it is, and it's also Mr. Rogers. He had a strict diet. He's a vegetarian for many years, and he maintained his weight at 143.
1 is I, 4, L-O-V-E, 3, Y-O-U.
And there's the trolley to the neighborhood of make-believe. And here we are. And there's all his puppets.
Many of the characters in the neighborhood of make-believe are puppets that I make talk. I'll show you. My name is X the Owl. Hello, Henrietta. Meow, 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 beautiful meow. Bonjour, mes amis. Félicitations. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? How do you do? Oh, I see.
Oh, how do you do, Friday?
Well, how do you do, Queen Sarah, my dear? Hello, friends. My name's Lady Elaine Fairchild. Hee-haw. Hello there. Hello, friends.
Daniel Striper Tiger's my name. Hi.
That does it for the walking tour. Before I leave the neighborhood, I like to do one more thing right here by the lake. This is a good spot to talk about this card. It's our 1992 Pro set. This is the Celebrity Captain sub-series in the set. And Fred Rogers, being that he's from Latrobe, Pennsylvania, just outside of Pittsburgh, that is his hometown and that is the team that he supports. So that's who's featured on his card. There's people going around taking tours. There are tour boats right there. It is a popular card here in the hobby. A lot of guys have it. My boy BK, Mac Wax Stacks, has pulled it out of a pack when he was ripping for Ralph's, looking for Ralph Macchio. He did get that card, but he also got this one, Fred Rogers. I know Brian at Hodges 1455 recently featured this card. And then there was the Frat House, which was during the National. I know that John 3D80s Kid handed out this card graded to a bunch of the guys there in the Frat House. And I'm not sure who all was in there. If you were, let me know in the comments. I know Theo, Clemente Collector, was there. Drew, Clean Cheap Shots. He has this card as well. I want to say Joe at Four Soft Corners. And I'm not sure who else was on the Frat House, but you guys all have this card. I know you're all big Fred Rogers fans. I know I am. When I moved to the US in '86, I didn't have a dad in the house, but I did have Fred Rogers. Didn't even understand what he was talking about yet. I didn't speak English, but I knew that when I turned on the TV and this man was on TV, whatever he was talking about, I know it's good stuff. He was just the type of guy that I felt like I would enjoy being in his presence, in his company, because I knew he was saying good things. And sure enough, when I learned to speak English, I would watch and listen to all the good advice and comforting words from Fred Rogers, who had a way of reaching youth and encouraging them and loving them. So that was his calling, and he did it so well. And it's really awesome to be here, to be where he began early on in his career, right here at Rollins College in Winter Park, Florida. If you're ever in the neighborhood, I highly recommend doing the walking tour. I had a great time. Rollins College is on Fairbanks Avenue, which is the street that I lived on, and it was just a couple minutes from here. We're gonna go by my old house next. All right, so this is my old house here near Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. And in that garage, it used to be a carport when I lived here. That is where all my autograph collection was stolen from. So someone who is not a good neighbor has a really nice Mauve Lawn and Phil Plantier autograph collection out there. It was right in this house. In Winter Park.
Mr. Rogers?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I made it to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. You can see right there on the lake. And it's this big, beautiful house right here. Brick house with the ivy growing on the side. I know that he stayed in the garage apartment, either the one back there, not sure, or the one over here on the side. There's a garage on the side. This is the beautiful house that he lived in. And when he would come down to spend his winters here in Winter Park, he would stay in this house as well. him and Joanne. So I don't know if it belonged to his family. There it is, right back there. There's a garage unit where he spent lots of time, and you can see it's a beautiful house, a beautiful neighborhood. So Mr. Rogers' neighborhood was very nice. And yeah, I lived not too far from here. Rollins College is pretty close to here as well, and this is his neighborhood. It's a beautiful house. Lots of creative things went down in that garage. What would propel him into superstardom. But remember, he did it for service. That was his life's purpose, for service to others. So that's it. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, right here in Winter Park, Florida. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. This has been fun, going down the history of Mr. Rogers, a great man, and I'm sure he had a lot of influence in a lot of y'all's lives. So this is Hugo with Signs of the Pastime, doing something a little different today than the normal. Until next time, thanks for watching, and take care.
Okay, so I didn't live on his street, and I can't say we were neighbors in the usual sense, though for a little while, we did live in the same town. But Mr. Rogers had a way of seeing the world that made everyone feel like a neighbor, no matter where you were. And maybe that's what made his neighborhood so special. In a world that moves fast, it's nice to slow down and remember a time when kindness, curiosity, and a cardigan could change the way we saw each other. Maybe we need to remember Mr. Rogers now more than ever. Maybe it's our turn to be the neighbor he always believed we could be.
Let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor?
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
Would you be mine? Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
Could you be my neighbor?
I love you.